It was a good fight for me. I feel like, I've been at this for a while now. It was 8 years, my 8-year anniversary not too long ago. And when I first started fighting, I was fighting southpaw and hadn't really trained in all the disciplines like I should have, or I couldn't have. And, I was in college and wrestling and stuff. So, I feel like I can box with boxers and kickbox with kickboxers and, submit black belts and everything under the sun, and I'm getting more and more comfortable. And I never had an opportunity to fight at 135 pounds when I first started in the sport because there was no weight class for me. So I feel like I'm really found a home, and I'm excited to get in there and fight for the belt. The belt's one thing. The other thing is people, have the idea that Dominick's the best guy out there, and he's not tougher than I am. I know that, and I don't feel like he proved that he was. And I can't wait to get in there and fight again for the belt and show everyone who the man is.
Just wondering what you thought of his performance tonight.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I'm a huge fan. I've been watching those guys forever. And Dan, like I said, is just a savage. And Vanderlei and Kung and all these guys. So, it was fun. I just think about Dan's sense of humor, and it's real, he's not a real explosive dude in any shape or form except for when he's fighting, and just seeing him drop his hands after one of the rounds was just cracking me up. These guys are just warriors, so I enjoyed it. It was fun.
You fought Cruz only 4 months ago. Can you talk about matchup again, and what do you do differently this time?
Hopefully we have some different judges. I know it was a close fight, and I didn't want to raise a stink and feel like I got robbed, because in a fight like that, you can't be whining about that, especially when guys really are getting seriously robbed out there. But I just don't feel like he's a better fighter than I am, and I don't think that he proved it during that fight. I feel like he tried to take me down 11 or 12 times, and I don't know if he's getting points for that. He didn't. He took me down for maybe 10 seconds, one of them, and I dropped him 3 times with my hand on his chin, and he hit the ground. In boxing, that's a knockdown. And in wrestling, he wouldn't have got takedowns. And I punched him every time, splitting from there. And I think I did some good things. And I guess you gotta do more, have more output when it goes to decision. But I don't like to think about going to decisions. I'm gonna go in there and try to finish the guy. This is for the UFC title, but it's for a personal vendetta. We're 1-1 now. There's a trilogy, and it's to find out who's the man for the rest of our lives. That's important to me.
I think that your whole game was a little bit sharper. Was this a different opponent, or did you feel a little bit quicker this time?
I feel better every time making the weight. I have an idea of what my weight gets to right after, after I rehydrate and all that kind of stuff. So I can just stay about that weight during my training camp instead of worrying about dropping down and this and that. But I was actually sick for 4 weeks for this camp. I was traveling all over. I did the UFC fan thing, and I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and I had a cold that I couldn't kick. So I just trained through it. I only took 3 days where I had to stay home in bed, and didn't worry about my weight. And I think it's really an accumulation of everything coming together for me. It's been 8 years now in this sport, and I've been wrestling since I was in the 8th grade. But a lot of this boxing and kickboxing and stuff is really starting to come natural for me, and I've got every advantage now. I was always giving up about 10 plus pounds in the 45-pound weight class. So I'm gonna get better and better. I live a healthy lifestyle. I feel like I'm just getting to my peak, even though Ariel picked against me. Come on, bro, study up.
He makes a lot of wrong decisions.
Yeah, he was way off.
Urijah, I wanted to follow up on, you talk about your clean diet. I know you have a pretty holistic mentality when it comes to life, and especially with nutrition. We saw you drinking a coconut water, chugging it down after the weigh-ins. Can you talk a little bit more about your diet in terms of how it integrates with your training, if you can?
My hippie parents gave me an unfair advantage from the womb. My mom was drinking wheatgrass, carrot, garlic, beet juice, and stuff like that. So I crave really healthy foods, and it's just been a part of my lifestyle. Part of the reason that I feel great at the age that I am and have a lot of years left in me. And you know, I don't take any supplements. I don't do anything except for eat good and train hard and have fun. I think that's the best part about it, is just having a good attitude, you know. And you see that with a lot of the guys that make it in this sport are like pretty calm nerve dudes. You know, if you hang out with Vanderlei or Dan Henderson or Randy Couture, they're mellow dudes, and it's all just a lifestyle for me, man. I love doing what I do, and a healthy diet is, you know, they say good health is true wealth. That's what my mom says.